Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of It's All About Vinyl. My name is Mark Roland.
And my name is Push.
You're back.
I'm back, yes. I'm recovered from my...
Your lurgy.
I had some lurgy.
Yeah.
It's gone now, though.
And in the interim, I interviewed Steve Davis, who was sat there instead of you.
Indeed. How was that?
It was great.
Was it as good as me?
Well, it was different. Let's put it like that. He had lots of very interesting perspectives on record collecting, very funny. A lot of the very amusing stuff happened in the break, actually, which we slightly couldn't use.
Oh, right, okay.
Only because it's a bit awkward, sort of we've gone to a break and then we have a laugh. But it was very good. But it's lovely to have you back.
Thank you very much.
So today,
yes,
the plan is that we're going to talk about the new issue.
Yes. Of
Electronic Sound magazine. In case you're not aware, we make Electronic Sound magazine. And it comes out every month. Lovely print magazine. Comes with a 7-inch single as well. And we will just have a little jog through, let you know what's in this issue, any sort of behind-the-scenes stuff that we can share with you about putting that issue together.
Yep.
Later on in the podcast, we're going to talk about Kraftwerk a bit, because I went to the launch of the Atmos mix of the 50th anniversary of the Radioactivity album.
Aha.
Which was interesting, so I can tell you a little bit about that if you're interested. And then we're going to probably address some readers, there you go, magazine talk, listeners, viewers, emails that we've had in. Yep. Thank you very much for those. We read everything that comes in, and it's very entertaining. Some very good ideas in there. Hopefully we'll get around to sharing some of those later. And a couple of other updates from questions that cropped up where we didn't know what we were talking about, and we've since tried to find out.
Yeah, exactly. We've actually gone on Google, and now we do know what we're talking about.
That's how deep our research is. Yeah. Okay, good.
Cool.
So let's have a look at this issue then. So issue 135 of Electronic Sound.
Yeah. Cabaret
Voltaire on the cover.
Yes.
Which is great. I mean, we also recently had our weekend-long sort of festival of electronic music here in Norwich, England, where we have a band play on the Saturday night. They have a sort of synthesizer expo during the day. On the Friday night, we did a live podcast.
That was fun.
Which was really fun.
Yeah.
Have we talked about that yet? I don't think we have we?
Don't know. We're still working out what we're going to do with that, really, because we've got the footage, but...
Yes, because it's very visual, it won't work for people who are just listening, but hopefully we'll put it up at some point.
I hope so.
Anyway. And on the Saturday night, Cabaret Voltaire came and played.
They did, yeah.
Which was absolutely magnificent. Cabaret Voltaire are touring later in the year, and if you don't have tickets, I can't recommend it highly enough that you grab one while they're still there, because it was absolutely fantastic. It's two of the original lineup, plus Benj is playing, who produces John Fox and Gazelle Twin and people like that. And Eric Random.
Yeah, that was great.
Is in the band as well, isn't he?
He is, yeah. So you're Steve Mallender and Chris Watson from the original lineup, who were the original... two of the original three, the third, of course, being Richard H. Kirk, who is sadly no longer with us. And I think it was, we having played at Synth East, which was a bit of a one-off, because they played some gigs at the end of last year. And that's what our cover feature is about, really. It's about those gigs. It's an on-the-road piece.
Like the old days, like when we used to go on the road with the band in Melody Maker, and you'd be off for a week.
It's great. It sort of doesn't happen that much anymore, because when you kind of say to a PR, I'd really like to interview your band, the first thing they'll say is, okay, we'll get them on Zoom for you.
Yeah, here's your Zoom link.
And we're like, can we not talk?
Yeah.
Anyway. Actually going out with a band on the road is something we did quite a lot back in the old days. So Neil Mason wrote this cover feature. It's his second cover feature in a row, actually. He did Clock DVA for us last month.
He's a Sheffield guy.
He is, yeah. He has very strong Sheffield links. He lived there for a while, quite a while. And he has a very deep knowledge of the whole Sheffield scene of not just the 70s and 80s, but the 90s as well. So the Cabs sort of announced, well, Stephen Mallender and Chris Watson announced, I'm not sure when it was last year, it would have been kind of late summer, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
That they were getting the band back together.
Because Chris Watson left in 1981. 81.
Yeah. They hadn't been on the stage together for like 44 years or something.
Incredible.
And they announced they were playing a few gigs, and it was literally a few gigs. I think they did about 6 or 7 gigs in the UK only. Which would have been starting in late October, going through into November. And so what Neil has done for this cover feature is he's followed them round, basically, he started at Sheffield, which was the first gig, obviously the hometown gig for them. And then he followed them down to London for a gig at the ICA. And then the third one that he did was Brighton. So it's those 3 gigs, and then a little bit about Norwich as well, because some of the photos we've got with the cover feature, in fact, the cover shot itself was taken in Norwich by Andy Sapie, who does stuff for us. He's a Norwich guy, and he's kind of around the office quite a bit, doing stuff with us. And that's one of his shots, and more inside of his shots. But we've devoted 20 pages to it, and it's kind of like it is literally an on-the-road piece, gig by gig, conversation by conversation. There's lots of chats with Steve Mallender and Chris Watson along the way, and at one point there's kind of like a proper big interview with them. So it's a good insight into what was going on. Benj didn't play the first few gigs with him because he wasn't well. So they had to have a fill-in for those few gigs. But it's a really interesting kind of piece about, there's not much about their past. There's a bit about their history, but really you didn't. That's not what we wanted to do. In this instance, we really wanted to focus on what's going on right now. And the reports that Neil was saying from the gigs were that the gigs were phenomenal. He was saying to us, Sheffield was fabulous, London again, and they were very different. Each night was very different. And then when we got a chance to see them then in Norwich, which would have been about a month ago now, I guess.
Yeah, February 20th
or something.
2026.
I was really quite overwhelmed by them almost, I think is the right word, because they were, all right, they're not young guys.
Who is?
1970, what was it, 75 they formed? 70, no.
74 even.
Maybe earlier, maybe even 73 a little bit in the bedrooms.
Yeah.
So, they're not young guys, but they, you kind of go and see bands now who have been doing it for a long time, or they've kind of stopped for a bit, and now they're back. And there's a sort of how do I put this nicely? I can't. There's a sort of an elderly vibe about them somehow. Do you know what I mean? There's a bit of sitting down going on.
Yeah.
There's a bit of, I don't know,
It's not like the old days.
It's not like the old days.
Yeah.
Well, Cabaret Voltaire, it was almost like they were as savage as they were back in the day, I think.
Yeah, it was incredible. Well, I had a meeting with the venue afterwards, and they have their own sort of comments coming in, and they said there was a lot of people saying how great the gig was and how nice the staff at the Arts Centre were. And one of the comments was it was very loud.
Yeah, it was. It was great.
Which was great, yeah. It was full on.
And I mean, that Norwich gig will have been the smallest that they do. As you say, they're going out again a little bit later on in the year. I think they're going to Europe first. Oh, no, perhaps they're doing America first. They're doing America and they're doing Europe as well.
That's right.
And I think they're coming then back here towards the end of the year for some more UK gigs. And I think the Norwich show will have been the smallest that they do in terms of the size of the venue. It's a very small venue. What's the capacity? 300?
Yeah.
350 maybe?
Yeah, 300.
And it's an old church. And it's an amazing kind of venue. Any bands who have played Norwich, who have played at the Arts Centre, know what it's like there. It's a great venue. It's still got the stained glass windows and things, and gravestones on the flagstones on the floor. It's an amazing atmosphere in that place. So it was great to see them in that environment, and I think they kind of really went hell for leather at it.
No, it was really exciting. And I think the tour, I can't quite remember, I think it's in October.
Right.
But yeah, tickets are available now.
Yeah.
We also did a 7-inch.
Yes.
With this issue.
We every single issue of Electronic Sound, we do a 7-inch. Occasionally we'll do a CD, but over a year we'll generally do 10 or 11 7-inches. And they are always linked to the cover artist or the cover story. And
this one on spiffing green vinyl is a live recording of Nag 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 on the A side and Spies in the Wires on the B side.
Yeah. We weren't supposed to say where they were recorded, but we did in the magazine by mistake, I think.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So there's an album coming, a live album coming.
Yes.
Soonish.
Yes,
another
April
month and a bit.
20th, I think, is the release date. I can check that. But
on the tracks there, they don't say where they were recorded.
Okay.
But our Nag 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 was done in Sheffield.
Oh, was it?
And Spies in the Wires was done in London.
Okay.
I'm saying that. I believe that's the case. We certainly did. Yeah. Neil wrote about that in the mag, but I think he kind of said to me afterwards, I shouldn't have done that. I was,
Right.
I don't think he said it's not a biggie. But,
yeah.
So but so the idea that that version of Nag 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 was the first time that they'd played it.
It's a special
out,
recording.
And it was in Sheffield.
Yeah.
It's a great. They're both, and actually the versions of particularly Nag 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 is very different to how people will remember.
Yeah.
But it's all the same elements. That's the interesting thing. That's what Mal was saying about it. That track it is the same elements, but their kind of approach to it is very, very different. And to hear them live, I think there's a completely different sort of vibe to what they're doing with the four of them on stage. It is like, I guess if you want to kind of think about it, they're a proper band, in a set. If you want to think of a proper band as having to have four people in them, which, most kind of really, really great blues trios would argue that you don't need four people in a band anyway. But yeah, it's get to see him if you can.
Yes,
I want to just quickly show as well the opening spread, which it's one of my favourite opening spreads of the mag that we've done, which has got you can see the four of them there.
Let's describe that for the listeners.
Reflects. Oh yeah, so it's black and yellow basically. It's a kind of like a treated photo again by Andy.
Yeah, it looks like a high contrast, almost photocopy, but there's two colour.
Yeah,
black and yellow.
Yeah.
Intense.
And also in this issue as well, we have Peaches. And we have Apparat. Mandy Indiana, which was...
Yes, I interviewed
you did that?
Mandy Indiana. Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about that in previous episode, where that led on to a discussion about My Bloody Valentine. They're playing soon in London, I think. I'd like to get along to see them, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. But keep an eye out for that if you're in London. It's in the next couple of days. We're recording this just on the day before we release it. So that'll be, March 20th, I think maybe they're playing.
That's like
this weekend.
A couple of days away. Yeah.
So not much.
So we've got Miss Grit as well. Cultural Amnesia, who I really very delighted to get them in the band. They're in the mag.
Yeah.
One of the original late 70s, early 80s tape bands. And also just a quick mention for our albums this month. We've got our sort of big album review is Worried About Satan. which is a fantastic. It's all one word as well. Worried About Satan. Yeah. Gavin Miller. And that album, he's done some really great stuff in the last couple of years. And No Knock, No Doorbell is the album. And that's, check that album. It's a very, very good record.
And just to update on that Mandy, Indiana date, it's actually at Heaven on the 25th. So that's next Wednesday.
Okay.
So that's, next week. Check that out.
Brilliant.
Okay, so should we go to a little break?
Let's do that.
And when we come back, we'll have a chit-chat about Kraftwerk.
Indeed.
And my adventures in Atmos.
And Wonderland.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay.
So, if you are interested in getting hold of this issue of Electronic Sound with Cabaret Voltaire on the cover and a Cabaret Voltaire Nag Spies and the Wires 7-inch on green vinyl, you need to go to www.electronicsound.co.uk/shop, I believe.
Have you just done the advert push?
I might have done.
Yes.
Okay. Paul, our camera operator, tells us we have just done the advert. So
okay. Well, you can do the next one then.
Okay.
Brilliant.
All right.
Good.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so let's have a chit-chat about what I did.
Yes, while I was ill. While
you were ill, so you couldn't come with me.
I was having a rotten time, and you had a lovely time.
It was great. Yeah, I went down to that London on the train and took my bicycle, actually. And cycled from Liverpool Street up to King's Cross to Tile Yard Studios. Tile Yard Studios is
in King's Cross.
Sort of part of the new development behind King's Cross. There's loads and loads of studios in there, music studios, music software companies, very music industry heavy meeting place. And they've got various little sort of meeting spots in there, and one of them is called The Gallery, where Parlophone Records invited us to go down to listen to the new Atmos mix of Radioactivity. We'd done this before, because the Autobahn was released on Atmos a year ago.
Right.
And so we went down, or I went down to listen to that too, which was also really good. And I assumed that Radioactivity would also have an Atmos mix. So what do we know about Atmos, Push? Do you know much about Atmos?
No, I don't. I must admit, I don't.
Well, I don't claim to be any kind of expert on Atmos at all, but it's a technology of surround sound, basically. The cleverness is in, as far as I understand it, and LeVar, who does the sound for our podcast, does a lot of Atmos mixing. Yeah. So he's probably
I can just imagine
laughing
him
his socks off,
shaking his head
as I try to explain what it is really badly. But I think what it enables you to think of elements of sound as different discrete elements that you can actually move around within a space, an aural space.
Right.
And then that is replicated so that when the mix engineer is the Atmos mix engineer is putting these things in a space, you can see where you're putting them, and that's represented with the speaker array that's around your room.
Okay.
There's a version of it which is, as I understand it, a sort of a folded down version, which gives you some kind of spatial awareness, which is native with Apple. So if you've got Apple AirPods and an Apple phone, and you move your head around and you've got it enabled, it sort of sounds like you're sort of moving within the music. It doesn't stay static as a stereo image in front of you. So if you think about that, then a piece of music like Radioactivity is really well suited to it, because it's like that album is like a radio play in many ways. Karl Bartos described it to me like that, because I wrote the December cover feature.
So we did a cover feature on the Radioactivity album.
As a sort of 50th anniversary thing. We knew the Atmos mix was coming, but Parlophone didn't quite know when it was actually going to be coming out. So yes, and I talked to Karl Bartos about it, who said that he feels it was a great piece of art, but a commercial misstep,
right?
In terms of where they went, because obviously Trans-Europe Express was the next album, which was probably it's a much more successful record than Radioactivity. But it was very interesting listening to it. It was an odd experience. So you go into a room, there's a bunch of seats down there. They put some chips on with some mayonnaise and tomato ketchup, red wine. I had a few glasses of red wine. My bicycle ride back to Liverpool Street was much more fun than the one coming.
Fantastic. Were you a bit wobbly?
No, just very fast, very confident.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
no,
fine.
it's downhill on the way back. So that was
So how
good.
many people are there?
I guess 30, 40, something like that. 30, probably.
Yeah.
Stephen Dalton was there, who writes for us quite regularly, former Enemy journalist.
Indeed,
He's about as close as I think the UK has got to a Kraftwerk insider in terms of a journalist, isn't he? He did the one interview that we've managed to grab with Ralph Hutter.
Yeah.
But he was brought in to write the sort of press release sleeve notes for this issue of Radioactivity. And he said, I was chatting to him about that, and he said that it was doing Autobahn was quite difficult because it kept going back, and Ralph would read it and take things out. He said this one was a lot easier. He said there was one phrase a joke that he put in that Ralph asked to be removed, but other than that,
do you know what it was?
I do know what it was.
Are you able to?
Yeah, I don't think it's terribly. Yes, I think he said. He made a joke which said something along the lines of, bear in mind this is Stephen telling me when we've had a few glasses of wine. So something like, Florian liked the vocoder so much, he put a ring modulator on it, which is a Beyonce joke, isn't it? If you like it, put a ring on it.
Yeah.
I think Ralph didn't like that joke.
Right.
This is not correct. There was no ring modulator.
He probably didn't get
this
the
is
joke.
Inaccurate. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, but it was interesting listening to the actual album because you're sat in a room. Paul Baines from Parlophone, who's Kraftwerk's guy at the label, went on stage and said, here we go, we're going to play it now. Hit play, and I closed my eyes for half an hour and listened to it. And it sounds great. It's unsurprising how great it sounds, really, because what they've managed to do is they've taken the original 16 track it was recorded on, to assume that would be 1-inch tape, and split all the tracks out, and then I guess they've got all the tools now to make those sound as good as possible. So you can really hear they've cleaned it up no end. One of the areas I would like to check when it comes out is, I think, and I'm putting a big caveat as I think on this, is that they may even have done some tuning. Maybe on some of the vocals have just been nudged. Right. They've definitely taken some of the sort of 1975 reverbs off and made the voices a bit more clear. But in terms of the sound kind of moving around, it's done very subtly. You could well imagine it could be really gimmicky, an Atmos mix, but it sounded great. It was really good.
I'm imagining that Ralph was very, very involved.
I would have thought so.
When you say they, I mean,
Kraftwerk now is essentially Ralph with some engineers.
Yeah.
Who are, some of those guys have now been in Kraftwerk for longer than...
Long time.
Sort of.
So those guys who go out live with him, are they the same guys who would have been involved in...
Yeah, so they're the guys doing the studio work. The Kling Klang studio, which used to be in central Düsseldorf near the train station at Mintropstrasse, in a weird little kind of unit with Electro Muller sign, which was an electrical company that I think were on the floor above or something. I went there ages ago now and stood outside it with a little gaggle of us, had a look at it, and you can sort of walk in and there was a cone.
That's right, I remember this.
Yeah. Which you just thought, was that just left there because of Kraftwerk 1, which had a traffic cone on the cover, or Kraftwerk 2?
Or is it just that you shouldn't park there right now because they're bringing in some removal stuff?
I suspect it's the latter. Yeah. But they moved out, they left that place ages ago, and it's now it's on an industrial estate outside Düsseldorf somewhere, some faceless building.
Is it on the cloud?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but it was really it was great to hear that record, and I think that one in particular benefits from this Atmos mix. If you want to listen to it, it's the release date. I should have prepared for the release date, shouldn't I? I'll look that up. But it generally what will happen is it will come out on Blu-ray, and people with a home setup for Atmos you'll listen to it via a Blu-ray player, which sticks out the right audio. Again, I don't know if LeVar will be sort of shaking his head, but it also will come on Spotify, and if you've got the right gear to listen on there as well, you can listen to it. Tell me about when it's finished, when you've finished listening to it in this environment. Yeah, what do people kind of clap? They did clap. Cheer? Did they? There's a little bit of a ripple of applause. Okay, I wasn't expecting you to say that. There was a small ripple of applause. Okay, and then we ate some chips. Chips. Drank some more wine, and stood about chit-chatting until people floated home, and I had to go away to get my. What was the quality of the chips like? Chips are good. Good. Yeah, they were good actually. And you're sitting down. Yeah. What are they, like kitchen chairs, or are they nice and comfy kind of armchairs? No, they're like bean bags. What? Not bean bags. I think you said bin bags. No, not bin bags. Yeah, bean bags. It's like a Yoko Ono, John Lennon bin bag. If you've been the first couple of Kraftwerk albums, you might have sat on a bean bag, mightn't you? Yeah, you might have done. Yeah, that could have worked. Yeah. Anyway, again, have you tried to sit on a bean bag recently? Well, have you tried to get out of a bean bag recently? Yeah, exactly. So no, I don't think so. No, just regular, event chairs. Not terribly comfortable. Okay. Half an hour though. Half an hour's about your limit. Yeah. Met a very nice tech person who I knocked over my glass at one point and smashed it. Oh. In a rage. Were you? No, I just kicked it, and I was so embarrassed and within about, honestly, 15 seconds, she came and cleaned it up. And I was very embarrassed and thankful. And then about another 15 seconds... Did they not have robots doing that sort of thing for them? No, this isn't Kling Klang Push. This is not Dusseldorf. I'm slightly disappointed. This is King's Cross. Okay. Oh yeah, fair point. And then she came with a replacement glass of wine, which I thought was very nice of her, and had a nice chat with her actually. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah. So it's great. Do you sit in? Do they have no light? Do they turn the lights off? I'm just interested. No, it's not. Funnily like a enough, it's funny you should say that actually, because I was chatting to Paul Baines from Parlophone before it, and saying it's slightly odd coming to listen to this sort of a social event or whatever press event, I guess it is, to sit down and somebody's going to play a record. And we're all going to sit quietly and listen to it. And I remembered, I chatted to him, that I'd gone to a playback of an Amon Tobin album. This was years ago. Right. Where they turn all the lights off and you wear a mask. Oh, an eye mask. So the idea is that you absolutely don't see anything and you just listen to the music. And I remember going to this thing, and people had paid money for that. It was in under the arches in Hackney somewhere. Right. What's it called? It's got a name, like blackout listening or night listening or something like that. And I remember thinking, this is very, very strange. I was very uncomfortable seating for that one. And I thought, what's going on here? It was a very trendy Hackney bar, and everybody there was really hip. And I just thought, I don't know about this. This is weird. I don't know if I like this very much. And he said, funnily enough, they advertised, I think it was an Autobahn one. Right. And or one of these places that does these. And he said that word got back to them. And they said, well, you can't really do that. You can't really charge money. And you have to sort of pay a license. And it all ended up getting cancelled. Oh, because, right, okay. And, so But yeah, listening in the dark, I don't know with other people.
Yeah.
I think there's this idea maybe which I quite like, of getting together to listening to music in different ways. I think there's something in that.
Right.
But we did get to the point where, maybe you could, he said there's another one where they listen by candlelight.
Right.
And I thought, okay. And he said it's like classical music. You listen to classical music by candlelight. And I thought, well, okay. And then we started saying, well, you could sort of do other music and you could just have some lights, some flashing lights. And then we agreed that, and then you could have some dancing.
That sounds like a club.
And then, that's right, let's go to a club. Or you could have the actual band playing and it could be a gig.
Oh, that's an idea, a gig.
There's an idea.
That's brilliant.
Let's go to gigs.
I think that might catch on.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
So...
yeah, fair enough.
I don't really know where any of that got us. Anyway, stop talking now, because otherwise I won't impart this very important information, which I've just found.
Release date,
15th of May, Friday, 15th of May. So a bit of a way off still, but look out for it.
Cool, excellent.
And now you can carry on.
And when you get it, you need to get some of your mates together with some chips in your front room.
Mayonnaise, ketchup. They also had these like peppers, green peppers, which had been maybe baked.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe even they were chilies. I'm not quite sure. They were small. They could have been chilies. I ate 4 or 5 of those.
Did that help you with your speed when you went back home?
Maybe it did.
Fabulous. Well, that sounds good. I've never been to a playback thing like that, so perhaps I will.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice to chat to Stephen Dalton and chatted to Ian Wade as well.
Oh, yeah.
Another journalist.
Yeah.
Which was, and some other people that I met. It was good.
Good stuff.
Okay, so I think we can probably go to another break.
Okay, lovely.
And then we'll come back and we'll address some of the questions
sort of
and emails.
Stuff. Yeah.
Which should be fun.
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll do that.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Thanks very much for listening to the podcast. If you would like to help us, you can buy a copy of the magazine from our website, which is electronicsound.co.uk/shop. You can buy the latest magazine that we talked about earlier, but there's back issues in there. There's T-shirts, there's records. There's some interesting records, always refreshing every week or two with new stock. So do have a look. And every purchase really does make a difference. So thank you. If you have made a purchase, if you're thinking about making a purchase, go for it. Okay.
Cool. That I think that was all right, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was it all right? Yeah. Okay, good. Right.
Next time we'll get famous actors to do it. We'll get Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, yes. You will buy some electronic sound.
When I first moved to London and I was starting out as a journalist, I worked on the flower stall. Remember the flower stall? Did you ever go down there?
Waterloo?
No, I worked on a flower stall on Fulham Road.
I remember you worked in a flower stall. I never went there.
I worked on it for about 2 or 3 years, and it was on a corner of there was a Midland Bank there, and there was a big flower stall. Big operation it was.
Yeah.
Just to weird up. Anthony Hopkins lived around the corner. He lived further down the road.
Did he?
There was a little mews bit where we used to store it overnight in the garage, the stall, and then it would have to be pulled up and put in place for the day. And it was, we'd start at about 8 in the morning and finish at about 10. It was like, it was a longish day. You wouldn't necessarily do a full day, but there was quite a few of us working on it. And Anthony Hopkins would come along and stop and always talk to you.
Right.
Just, what's selling well today.
Lads.
He was.
What are you doing today?
He was really nice guy, lovely guy.
How are you doing with your flowers?
Yes, that's kind of what it was like. Yeah.
Have you sold very many today?
Anthony Hopkins, brilliant. I was once on the stall and a cab stopped on Fulham Road.
Yeah.
And out of the cab gets Topper Hedden from The Clash.
I can't do Topper Hedden.
No. So Topper gets out of the cab. The cab's still running. He runs across the stall and he said to me, "How much are your roses?" And the prices were high because it was Fulham Road.
Of course.
So I think, and I said, I don't know what they were, 15 quid or something like that.
Bloody hell.
And he said, "Oh no." He said, "How much of a one?" And I said, quid? And he said, And he sort of was hesitant. And I said, shall I just give you one? He went, yeah. So I gave him a rose, and he ran back into the cab, and off he went.
Did you acknowledge that he was top of head? And did that conversation happen?
I don't think I did. I don't know.
I wonder where that rose was bound.
Where was he going with the rose,
Going to see Mick and...
Yes, I'm really sorry about that. Yeah. Here we go, here's a rose.
Come back in the band?
I was going to get you a bunch, but they were 15 quid. Anyway, right, should we do the next part?
Okay. Welcome back. As promised, I hope you enjoyed our adverts, but as promised, we're going to address some of the questions, some of the messages, some of the filling in of info.
Yes.
Questions that we posed and didn't manage to answer. So, because
we've got some of the stuff has come in via email. We have an email address for the podcast, which is vinylpod@protonmail.com. Okay.
So I should probably start maybe with an email that came in from Dave Clarkson.
Right.
Who said, "Hi chaps, really enjoying the podcasts on YouTube. Very informative, relaxing and comforting viewing."
Oh.
That's nice, isn't it? Like old episodes of Columbo. Just one more thing. Hopefully there's many more to come. As a fellow Kraftwerk fan, Dave says, I checked out Discogs. So this is in reference to the Steve Davis podcast, where we were talking about rarities on Discogs, and he mentioned that there was a German pressing or some pressing of the Man Machine Kraftwerk album,
right,
which had a spelling of Das Model with double L.
Oh, at the end?
Yes.
Right.
2 L's at the end.
Okay.
And apparently this is, and I didn't know about this, so I was unable.
Like on the sleeve or something?
Yeah, because all the track titles on the back of that album are sort of part of the artwork, and it was double L. And I had no idea, so I couldn't really continue that conversation. So anyway,
it's quite a detail, isn't it?
Well, it is, isn't it? Exactly. Yeah. And I think this is what we were talking about, the kind of the increments of difference that makes a record worth next to nothing and it worth 100 quid.
Yeah.
That's just a normal one from 1978. Yeah. That's got a spelling mistake on it, so it's worth 100 quid. So he said, I checked Discogs, does Dave, and found that the misprinted version of the Man Machine that Steve mentioned was the original 1978 German pressing, Die Menschmaschine, with the track Das Model, 2 L's,
right,
listed on the back sleeve and on the labels.
Oh, okay.
Apparently this was corrected in 2009 to Das Model, 1 L.
Right.
Though, he says, Das Model, 2 L's, is the German translation of the model, 1 L. So it's all a bit confusing.
Okay.
I hope that helps everybody.
Well, thanks, Dave.
Yeah, that's great.
Dave Clarkson, of course, he makes some great records himself and is half of Scissor Gun.
That's right. Yeah. And some really interesting field recording albums, which we have had in stock in the shop.
Yeah, we always do really well with those.
They're kind of sold out at the moment.
Right.
But,
good guy, Dave.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Dave. We've got another one here, if I can navigate the inbox, from Jeremy Lee.
Okay.
He emailed us. He said, hi, really enjoying the podcast so far. You were asking for some suggestions or ideas of things to cover. I think one, or maybe both of you, mentioned in previous lives that you had to deal with reviewing a lot of 12-inch singles. I'd love to hear you both talking about some of your favourite 12-inch singles of all time. It strikes me as a format that's often a bit maligned. There are plenty of dodgy examples of 12-inch remixes and extended versions of songs, which seem a little more than marketing tools. But then there are some really brilliant ones which seem to explore the possibilities of the format and which exist entirely in their own right. The Andy Weatherall remix of St. Etienne's Only Love Can Break Your Heart is possibly top of the tree for me when it comes to 12-inch singles. Would love to know which 12-inch singles have really worked for you, though. Cheers, Jeremy.
Wow. Okay.
Which is a great question. I think we talked about this, didn't we? And I think what we should probably do, and we will do at some point, is a whole podcast about the 12-inch single, because I think it's such a rich area.
Yeah, I was just looking because I know I've got a St Etienne remix here.
Which one is it?
White label, but it's actually not Weatherall. It's Aphex Twin.
Oh, okay.
Remix there, but that's a 12-inch. It's funny because I suppose one of the most, maybe even the most famous 12-inch is probably New Order Blue Monday, isn't it? Is it? Probably,
yeah. It's got the most, perhaps it's got the sort of biggest story behind it, hasn't it?
I guess, yeah.
They lost money every time. The more popular it got, the more money they lost.
I was just, the reason I mentioned it is because I watched that, the film I Swear last night.
Oh, yeah.
Which is terrific. It's a really, really great, about the guy with Tourette's syndrome. It's a brilliant film. And they use Blue Monday in that film when he's a kid. I can't remember what's going on, what he's doing, but it's just very effective. And it's one of those things, as soon as it starts up, you're kind of going, it just takes you right back. It's one of those.
And of course, just to shout back to what we were just talking about, samples radioactivity.
Oh.
Yes. The orchestron sound of a choir, a voice going, is taken off radioactivity. The track radioactivity. Wow. Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay.
So it's almost like we planned a kind of connection.
Yes.
To talk about that.
As if.
Yeah, that'll be the day.
Fat chance.
Yeah. So...
but that's a great... No, that's
great.
We should definitely do that.
We will do that.
Special
we'll actually do some research and bring in some 12 inches.
I have got a lot of 12 inches.
I've got quite a few. I got rid of so many because I think I mentioned, and maybe this is what Jeremy's referring to, was when I was doing the Orbit section in Melody Maker, you would get every single dance 12-inch that was being released.
Yeah.
And it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
I didn't really count them, but I must have got 70, 80 a week. It was insane. And I just couldn't listen to them all.
Yeah.
And, and then you'd lose the press release because they were often white labels.
Yeah.
And you'd take the press release, put it somewhere, and then you'd have a 12-inch white label and you've got no idea what it is.
I've got so many that I just don't know. It's got not written on it what it is.
Yeah.
I've got no way of knowing what they are. And you play it and you think,
still don't know.
No idea.
Another piece of 90s generic house.
That would be quite a good radio show, wouldn't it? Just things that you've...
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. That's a great... Yeah,
so
great
thank you for that one.
Thank you.
We had lots of comments underneath the YouTube videos as well. I'm just sort of having a look down here. Somebody did say... because Steve was talking about his Ambient Sunday with Vel, our features editor in Bristol, which they would have done by now.
Yeah, the first one was, I think, was Sunday.
Yeah.
Just gone. Yeah.
Have you spoken to Vel?
No, but I've seen that. I think Steve and Vel perhaps both put some stuff up on Instagram.
Okay.
So,
went well?
Yeah, really, really well. I think
Brilliant.
They both seem to have a good time. So
somebody on Spotify, I think, said, how about an ambient night in Norwich?
Oh, okay.
So I'll leave that with you, Push. How do you fancy that?
Well, I'll put it on the list of nights I'd like to do in Norwich.
Yeah. Nigel Stansfield, 1644, was clearly listening to episode 4 last night.
Right.
And then commenting as he came up. And his first comment was... someone should come down the aisle asking if you'd like snacks and tea or coffee from a trolley.
That's brilliant. And I'm in favour of that.
And then his next comment was, I'd like to know which station your train stops at. I think he's referring to the fact that it looks like we're on a train.
That's fantastic.
He also then later said, because this is the one we were talking about, Record Store Day.
Right.
Record Shop Day, as I call it.
Yeah.
And he was clearly commenting as he came across each thing that he thought we should comment on, and said, can't be asked getting up early for Record Store Day, proceeds to list all the things they want to acquire.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Fair point.
I think. I think
this guy's going to be difficult as we go on.
I think there's going to be more,
probably which is good. Actually, I like that. That was a good thing about the live podcast. We actually got a little bit of heckling at one point. Well, I did.
You did, yeah.
I did, which is great. I loved it.
The room turned against you.
It did. It was brilliant. That was.
Should we explain that? What happened? Have we? We haven't tackled that. No. Well, yeah, I'm going to.
Okay.
So, Push, at one point you said, I can't quite remember. Oh, wait, no, you'll remember it better than I do because you were the one.
I think I asked how many Kraftwerk fans,
and everybody put their hand up.
Pretty much everybody. Yeah. Not everybody. Pretty much. You reckon it's everybody?
It wasn't far off. It was like 90-ish.
Yeah. And then I said, and hand up if you don't like Kraftwerk.
Yeah.
And one person, if I remember rightly, put their hand up, as along with me, I put my hand up because I'm not a fan.
They were just feeling sorry for
you.
And
I got booed, didn't I?
You did. It was great. It was a great moment.
It was a great moment.
Especially since we just had Carl Bartos talking to us on video.
Well, you know. And we've just had Kraftwerk for
very ungrateful. Yeah.
Today as well. But no,
you don't like them.
No, it's not that I don't like them.
It's okay to hate Kraftwerk.
No, I don't hate them.
Why do you
I'm
hate
not a massive
German bands?
The thing I was disappointed about in the live podcast was there was no stage diving. I really wanted to have some stage diving. That would have been really good. Well, anyway, let's move on.
Chem69.
Yep.
On YouTube said, "Excellent again, gents. Thanks. Our pleasure.
That's nice."
Think the Pop Will Eat Itself track you're after. So we, for some reason, wandered into talking about Pop Will Eat Itself.
Yep.
Can't quite remember why. Soundtracks.
Yeah, we talked about
the fact that we
Clint Mansell doing soundtracks.
That's right. That we thought they were a good band. I can't remember how we got there, but who cares? And I think I mentioned that they had a track where they were talking about Alan Moore knows the score, and I couldn't remember the title of it. Chem69 very helpfully says that track you're after is DEFCON 1.
Oh, was that the first single?
I think it might have been,
early one anyway. Yeah.
So he also said great choice of Loveless because I brought my copy of Loveless by My Bloody Valentine in, and he said what a great album that is. I still find it incredible that the Tremolo EP went top 30. It really is out there. That's a sign of the times, isn't it?
Wow.
A record like that going top 30 in the UK.
That's I didn't know that actually that it had done that. So
no Blade of Grass TV under the one where we were talking about the last issue, which was about Futurama Festival in Leeds. He said highlights of Futurama 80 were shown on BBC over 3 nights in early 81.
They were.
He says, I recorded it on the first blank VHS I ever bought. I missed the start of one show, unfortunately. I wish they'd re-show it.
Oh, wow.
It's out there on torrent sites.
You can see bits of it on YouTube. It was the second festival. It was Futurama 2, 1980, that was filmed.
Yeah.
John Keenan, the promoter, got involved with a localish sort of film production company,
right?
Who put it together with him, and John got kind of ripped off by them, I think, in the end, what happened. And
that's right.
John ended up losing quite a lot of money on the fact it was filmed, and then it was shown on, I think it was BBC Two showed it,
right?
Over, as was said, through I thought it was 4 nights, but 3 or 4 nights. It's great. There's kind of a lot of the bigger bands aren't on it, but Altered Images I remember being on it.
Okay,
quite Clock DVA, who were on our. You can still get the Clock DVA issue with that Futurama feature in it.
Yes,
it's still available from our shop, and the track 4 Hours is the clip that was filmed, and it's amazing. It's like it was a song that was a sort of. I don't know how long it is. 4 minutes probably is, not 4 hours anyway. But 4 hours is 4 minutes. It's the 4 minutes that changed my life. Those 4 minutes.
Wow.
Brilliant. So yes, you can see a lot of the clips, and some of it's really, really entertaining, really good. Yeah, that's
so
good.
Look out for that. So thanks for the tip off there. Steve commented on, I think this is Spotify, on the second episode, where we ended up talking about the Roundhouse. The the petrol stinking concrete.
No, that wasn't the Roundhouse. That was the Futurama.
Oh, that was Futurama. That's right. Yeah.
The
Roundhouse was full of trains, which came up again. Steve Davis talked about the Roundhouse because he'd gone there to see band.
We talked about the Roundhouse because of Greasy Truckers.
That's right. And Steve commented. He said, because we were talking about triple albums.
Yeah.
And so that he's commenting. I think we said, what other triple albums are there?
That's a double album, though. Greasy Truckers is a double album.
Well, no, I think what was the triple that we were talking about there? Well, we were just getting into inflation. I don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about it. Anyway, he said the triple album Glastonbury Fair 1972.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Which included Bowie, Bolan, Gong, Pink Fairies and others, included Hawkwind's Silver Machine, recorded at the Roundhouse. There you go. There's the connection.
That's where that came from.
A deceptive album, he says, as some tracks were studio recordings and the Grateful Dead didn't turn up. Might be worth a discussion regarding Glastonbury.
Oh, Glastonbury, that's interesting.
You a Glastonbury fan?
Not these days.
No.
I did go quite a few times back in the day. Talking about the Roundhouse, I had a message from my dear friend L.E.B., Low End B, who he had told me this many years ago and I'd forgotten this, but he sent me a text because he'd listened to the podcast and he said, I was at the Greasy Truckers gig.
Oh, my word.
Well, the thing about it is that he would have been about 7 or 8 at the time.
Okay, there's some parenting going on here.
So his Low End's mum was a bit of a legend and took him to lots of gigs when he was a toddler.
Okay, didn't stand a chance.
He said there was a creche area. And said where the hippie kids were abandoned. This is a great description. Were abandoned on a pile of Afghan coats, so their parents could get off their faces to Hawkwind. And that was his mum getting off her face to Hawkwind while he was with loads of other.
Now
hippie
that's
kids.
the kind of detail.
It's brilliant.
Gets overlooked.
He had told me this years ago that he'd been to that gig, and I was astonished. I went, hang on a minute, you were about 7, and he said, "Yeah, I know."
A crash.
It was brilliant. He also says, actually, just another thing that we talked about was a Tin Machine.
Okay.
There was a Tin Machine gig at the Town and Country.
Yes.
Which I can't remember if I went to or not.
Yes.
Or whatever. And he says,
there,
I did go to that Tin Machine gig at the Town and Country with my mate Tony, who was a huge Bowie fan. He spent the whole evening in tears with disappointment. So, yeah, brilliant.
Oh, well, okay, good. Fantastic. I mean, that detail of the creche, that is never going to leave me.
No, it's fantastic.
That's amazing. And I think when the history of these things is talked about or written about, detail like that, that's what makes it really real, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it doesn't get mentioned, but that's superb. So do keep sending in emails, comments.
There was one other thing.
Sorry,
I just wanted to. We've got time quickly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. Just very quickly.
I'm going to say that. I don't know, but yeah.
We talked about the Gene Genie and Blockbuster.
Well, that's what I was going to move on to.
Okay.
Actually.
All right.
But carry on.
Well, I was just going to say we had sort of talked about the Sweet a little bit.
Yes.
And top 5 Sweet songs.
Have you got top 5 Sweet?
I reckon I could do 5.
Okay, Push. Top 5 Sweet songs.
Oh, well, you're not doing it?
What?
Are you not doing your top 5?
Well, I thought you were going to do your top 5.
Oh, okay. Well, I will.
Are you going to do yours first?
Oh, you are going to do it, though?
I'm going to do it.
All right.
I'll do it.
Hellraiser number 1.
Reverse order.
Oh, you reverse order?
Honestly. You go straight in at number 1. Did you never watch Top of the Pops?
Well,
and this week, Mike Green. Hello, everybody. We're Top of the Pops, and we're going to keep you in suspense. Number 1, Slade. Honestly, let's pretend none of that happened and go again. So,
I'm not editing it.
So. That's the Top of the Pops theme.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the 70s. What was the top of the?
Yeah, Led Zeppelin, wasn't it?
Yeah. In at number 5 in the Sweet top 5 is
Papa Joe.
Papa Joe.
Yeah.
Are you going songs? Was that a single?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Papa Joe. Okay, shall I do my
very early one? Yeah,
okay.
you do your number 5.
I'll do my number 5. I think I'm going to go with Little Willie.
Oh, okay, another early one then.
Yeah, Little.
I didn't like
Willie.
that so much.
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, I don't know, 7 or something. So I think I was banging the demographic for thinking that was the best thing I'd ever heard on TV. And singing it in the playground. I go, oh, no. And at number 4 in the sweet top 5 is...
Oh, what before?
I thought this through, is he? I've got it written down.
Oh, okay. I've got it written down. I haven't bothered to look.
Sorry about this, everybody. This is high quality content.
Oh, glasses. I'd say probably Ballroom Blitz.
At number 4?
Yeah.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say number 4 for me, Coco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, why not?
That makes it into your top 5.
Why not? That's all right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So number 3?
Number 3, yeah, go on.
I'm going to say Teenage Rampage.
Rampage.
I can't say Teenage Rampage. I'm going to say Teenage Rampage.
Okay, Teenage
Rampage. Number 3.
Teenage Rampage.
Your number 3?
I think I might agree, actually. Teenage Rampage, number 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
All right. Number 2. Love Is Like Oxygen.
See, that's an outlier, surely.
Yeah, it is. It's a very late...
76.
78, maybe.
78?
I think it was 77,
wow.
78.
Yeah. No, that's not in my top 5.
I think that's a great song.
Okay.
But anyway.
All right. Number 2. Hellraiser.
Number 2, Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 1 is Hellraiser for me. Surprise, surprise.
Number 1 is Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah, okay. Interesting that neither of us have picked Blockbuster.
Oh, yeah. It's right there.
Which is the one that we talked about being a bit like...
David Bowie.
Genie.
So we left Blockbuster out.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'd written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and was sort of picking them out. And I just sort of missed Blockbuster.
Oh.
Probably Blockbuster instead of Coco, I would say. I wasn't as prepared as I pretended I was.
I thought Wigwam Bam was good.
Oh, Wigwam Bam was great.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a disaster. Push, listen, next time we do this, can you take it seriously?
All right, I'm so sorry.
Because this is hopeless.
I know, one of the funniest people I've ever met was a guy called Jim Jam Wigwam. He was a DJ, a radio DJ.
I hesitate to ask. You're going to tell me anyway, aren't you?
It was Freedom FM DJ.
Jim Jam Wigwam.
Jim Jam, yeah. Jim Jam was very funny man.
Right. And was his mum Doreen Wigwam?
Quite possibly.
Mm-hmm.
They were a funny family.
Bamalama Wigwam?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's a good name, though, isn't it?
It is a good name,
Wigwam.
yeah. That was
not as good as Wacko Jacko's Got a Lot of Clothes On. He was another person that I can talk about from back in the day. But
I do remember Wacko Jacko's Got a Lot of Clothes On. Yeah. Okay, so let's we're going to end soon.
That got a bit silly at that point, really.
What? Which particular bit got silly?
Well, that bit about
the top 5.
I mean,
there was
I just thought I'd go in at number 1.
I know. Okay, we'll leave.
We won't be doing that again.
A veil of decency over what happened there.
Yeah.
Next time we try and do a top 5, we'll try and do it properly.
Yeah.
And not just pull it out of your bum at the last minute. Okay, so one of the last thing we're going to clear up, the Sweet versus Bowie thing.
Oh, yes. Which came first? Genie or Blockbuster?
Blockbuster. So here is the final word on that. Bowie's Genie was recorded on the 6th of October, 1972 in New York.
Right.
And it was released on the 24th of November, 1972. Sweet's Blockbuster, written by Nicky Chinn and Mike Chapman, was released on...
73, wasn't it?
Yeah, 5th of January, 73. Recorded unknown date in 72.
Oh, okay.
According to Bowie export and author Nicholas Pegg, all parties agreed it was coincidental. Nicky Chinn described a meeting with Bowie at which the latter, and I'm opening quotes here, looked at me completely deadpan and said, a big word beginning with C that I'm not going to repeat.
Oh, wow.
But then he got up and gave me a hug and said, congratulations. And apparently also, this is a little fact that I think I did know, then completely forgot again and remembered when I was reading up about it. There's a lyric in there, he's so simple-minded, he can't drive his module, which gave Simple Minds their name.
Oh, okay. Right.
So there's that. One other last little snippet. Bowie's Jean Genie actually sounds like a lift from Jacques Dutronc, French singer, 1966 single called La Fille du Père Noël.
What's La Fille mean?
The daughter.
The daughter of Father Christmas?
The daughter of Father Christmas.
Ah.
So it's on Spotify.
Right. Okay.
Jacques Dutronc. Check it out. The suspicion is that that's what Bowie was in his Trans Am as he
right
as he wrote that one.
Fabulous.
It's a cool track actually.
Oh yeah,
it's
okay.
Good. Yeah, it's worth a listen.
Excellent.
Okay, so I think we're done.
Yep, I think we're done.
Apologies for the sweet disaster. We won't do that. We won't do it like that again.
All right.
We'll do it badly in a different way.
You know what we need to do? We need to talk about these podcasts before we actually do them.
Well, Well,
that would be an idea.
Okay. Yeah. Well, at least when we're going to do something as organised as a top 5, work out the rules.
Okay.
Don't come in at number 1.
No.
Because Noel Edmonds wouldn't have done that. So I don't see why you should.
All right.
Okay.
Consider myself very, very firmly chastised.
Thanks for listening, everybody. And we will be back with another one of these very soon.
Yep. Thanks for listening.